Okay, good afternoon, Mrs. Dewi and Kak Azani. So my name is Benedictus Hanzen Kurniawan from the Information Auditing System Auditing class. Sorry. Now I'm going to perform about the ACL case for the final exam. So let's get into it. So for the first, let's talk about the account receivable. Now for the account receivable, there are two questions. Let's dig into the first question. For the first question, we must test the accuracy of sales price and invoice by comparing the data from sales transaction and inventory list. Of course, we must document and view our finding, and we later will also screenshot from this video as well. And okay, let's get into the ACL. So first of all, if you open the sample project, we immediately go to the account receivable table. But here, we open the trans table. Okay. So wait. Okay, we already opened the trans table. Now we must click data and go to the join tables. Now in the join tables, for the primary key, let's search for the secondary table first. Secondary table will be the inventory. The inventory now. For the primary key, it will be the product or the product number. So let's click on the product number and make sure the secondary key as well for the product number. Double click it and click OK. Now, after finding the primary and the secondary key, we must go to primary fields. Now, for the primary fields, there are the quantity for the first one. After the quantity, there are the amount. After the amount, there are the last but not least the product number. Click OK. And for the secondary fields, it must be the unit cost and the sales price. Okay, and make sure to click the pre-sort secondary table and click the output. Sales price, sales transaction, inventory list. I'm just going to name that like that. Click OK, and you will see here for the comparison between the sales transaction and the inventory list. So here, you can see here, so there are 37 quantity. And I think we must go back to the second question. I'm going to set to the account receivable table. Okay, for the second question, using the join feature, create a view from the data. Create a view from the data in both the account receivable and customer files that show customer details, the name and address for payment transactions with abnormal or here positive amount values. And same as before, document their findings. Let's go back to the ACL. And here we, of course, open from the account receivable table. And we must click the data and join tables. Now, here the second table will not be inventory, but it will be the customer. Wait, where's the customer? Here it is. And for the primary keys, it will be the same as before, the number. No, you unclick the limit. Okay, now for the primary fields, we select here for the amount. And for the secondary fields, it will be the name, because we must mention the name. And also the address. Here's the address, the zip code, and the city. Again, pre-sort the secondary table. Here, I'm going to name it AR_customer. Click OK. Okay. So here it is, the join table. Okay, we are going to the second one, which is the accounts payable. Now for the accounts payable, there are two questions as well. First is the open the AP underscore trends, which is the purchases file, and stratify it on the quantity field, and also print the last results window and comment on the action to be taken by the auditor. Okay, we're going to the AP underscore trends table. So here we click analyze, and we search for the stratify. Here it is. Click the stratify button. And for the stratify, stratify on will be on the quantity. And for the minimum will be 0, and the maximum will be 999 or 9,999. And choose the fields free, not the intervals. And click OK. So here's the result. So let's go back to the second question. For the second question, using the relation feature, create a view from data in both the AP trends, which is the purchases, and inventory files that show product details, which is the product description and quantity on hand. And as well, and same as before, we must print the view and comment on the result. So let's go back. It will be done in the same table, which is the AP trends. Wait a second, I'll make it right. So in the AP trends, we click on data, and there is the relatable tables. Relate tables, I mean. Okay. So here, you must add the table inventory. Let's search for the inventory. Okay, here it is, the inventory. Oh, we can do this. Sorry. Relate the product number to the product number. Okay, we click finish, and then we click add column. Okay. So wait, I'm going to add the column. I'm going to search for the add column. Oh, here it is on the table. Okay, I think here we're going to the inventory table and add columns. And for the add columns, we choose the quantity on hand. Okay. I think it's done. So we already add the quantity on hand. Okay. So let's go to the third one, which is the payroll. Now for the payroll, there are two questions as well. First is to open the EMP mass or the employee master file and test for duplicate employee records. Prepare a last resort report that identifies anomalies or potential errors. So we must go to employee master file. Here it is. Here, save the change. Okay, so in the employee master files, you can see here there are no anomalies and there are no errors in the employee master file. Now let's go to the second question, which is using the relation or joint feature, create or view data from the both EMP mass or the employee master file and payroll files that pass for paychecks or for non-existent employees. Now let's go back. And here we have to go to the employee master file. In the employee master file, you join the tables. For the secondary table, let's click the employee. Wait a second. Payroll. Okay, payroll. Okay, for the primary keys, it's the employee number. And for the secondary key as well, it is the employee number. For the primary fields, it will be the check number. Okay. For the second field, secondary field, it will be the check number and work depth. For the primary field, it is the employee number, first and the last. Make sure to pre-sort. Payroll underscore PMAS. So here it is. Okay, for the last part, we're going to the inventory here. There's one question, which is the stratify amount data, and A, run the stratify command on value and accumulate on value. Stratify the amount data. Okay, we're going to stratify. Stratify. Wait a second. Sorry. Oh, here it is. Sorry. You go to the inventory table and we click on the analyze, and there's the stratify. So the stratify on the value. So for the minimum, it will be minus 15,000. Minus 15,000. And for the maximum, this 1 million, 1.5 million. And choose the free one and click OK. So here it is. Wait a second. Okay. Pull it wrong. I'm going to do it one more time. Stratify on the value. Click the value. It's 15,000. And here. Now here, it will be better. So the maximum is not 1.5 million. I'm sorry, but it is 150,000. So here's the result. So for the second question, which of the numbers would be the interest to an auditor? So the number itself will be the 77 because it is the largest amount, which is the percent of yield is 58%, and it would be intriguing for the audit for us as an auditor to check would be if there is a doubled or even not listed in the inventory. Okay, so that's all for the video. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.